most powerful bicycle versus major broadband providers. An exceptional price for a top TV package and superb offers on our award-winning season smartphone plans. And rates up to 33% off in the BT Great January sale.
What the
BT.com/sale. Friends, next January 2017. New customers, BT ability 83% UK coverage. Transport in London has been a nightmare for decades. Its medieval street plan cannot cope with modern transport. Our capital should be moved to a modern design. I sympathise. Regards, Graham in Leeds. Now, what a
fucking
lovely
idiot.
text. Thank you very much indeed. I particularly regards, Graham in Leeds. Now, what a
fucking idiot.
Thank you very much indeed. I particularly appreciate the regards, sympathies from people in the north or people in the south. You'll understand that if you've ever come into the centre of this city that a tube strike was always going to cause absolute chaos, and we'll catch up with Sadiq Khan in a couple of minutes' time. I want to get a couple of calls away here and take your views, but Sadiq Khan, he's pretty frank with Nick Ferrari this morning about his views, and I'll play that in just a second. 25 to 10 is the time. Mark is in Slough. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. My double espresso is wearing off this morning. I'm not quite as wound up, but I ran in 3 or 4 miles, so I came in a little bit hot under the collar with this tube strike.
What's this idiot
I
doing?
completely understand where you come from. I'm actually a tube worker.
Oh, yeah.
And also a member of the RMT.
So you're striking today?
Thick as fucking mince.
To a lot of the callers, understand their frustrations.
Yep.
But I just wanted to make it clear to people that we're partly doing this for you as well. We've got scenarios such as Canning Town that happened a few months ago.
Unequivocally, nobody benefits by strike action. Those staff who are striking have lost their day's wages. Commuters are suffering misery. Businesses are suffering. Patients are suffering. What's the point? It's unnecessary. And ultimately, this will be resolved around the table. So why strike? Sam Tarry is from the TSSA, one of the unions involved in the strike. He's told us it's about the safety of passengers.
Boris went too far. He cut nearly 900 members of staff on TfL's own admission, and also, to be honest, Sadiq as well and his team know full well that there are not enough staff to meet the basic regulatory requirements brought in after the King's Cross fire.
And stay with LBC through the day for the latest travel updates as the strike continues. The Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt has denied claims that there's a humanitarian crisis in the NHS.
Chris Hobson, who represents all the NHS hospitals, no friend of the government when it comes to NHS policy in a number of areas. He has said that it's overblown and that actually the vast majority of hospitals are coping, if anything, slightly better than last year.
The Red Cross has defended using the term to describe the state of the health service. Mr Hunt has admitted one or two...
Be lucky if he stops at that night. Oh.
Theresa May is promising to help end the
You
stigma
see.
attached to mental health. In the speech shortly, the Prime Minister will talk about transforming the way mental illness is dealt with, not just in hospital, but in classrooms, at work and in communities. French police have arrested 16 people in connection with the armed robbery of Kim Kardashian in Paris. The reality TV star was held at gunpoint inside an apartment in October by men who made off with millions.
It gets to work on your cravings fast, making you 150.
So I ran, walked, jogged, stopped on the way in, but it was only 3.5 or 4 miles or so just to beat the tube chaos. And Mrs. Castle fortunately took about